Welcome to this Blackpool Music School video all about the ukulele. In this video I'm using a Kala tenor resonator ukulele, but really any ukulele is fine as long as you're tuned G, C, E, A. And for this video, whatever instrument you play, these techniques apply. So people often ask me, how can you memorize a song? Well, you need to break this down a little bit. We're now talking again most ordinary songs, chart songs, pop songs, rock songs, country songs, those type of songs, funk, reggae, soul. They regularly stick to a couple of formats. There are 5 parts to a song: an intro, the verse, the chorus, a middle 8 and an outro. Sometimes the middle 8 sometimes known as a solo. Now the intro will be a variation of the verse or the chorus. This leads you into the song, and the outro will be the same. But all verses in a song will also be the same, and so will all the choruses, unless you modulate. Modulate means you might change key for the last verse and chorus. In that case you're changing another key, but the way the chords fall is the same place, you're just using other chords. So if you were to take the 12-bar blues as an example, you always have 4 bars of C, in the key of C I should say. So there's 4 bars of C, so there's always 1, 2, 3, 4, first bar, second bar, third bar, fourth bar. There's always 2 bars of F in the key of C, first bar, second bar, then you go back to C for 2 bars, 1 bar, second bar, then 1 bar of G7, 1 bar of F, and 2 bars of C. So that is a basic 12-bar blues in the key of C. If I was playing that chord progression with a band, that chord progression would stay exactly the same through the whole song, unless we change key. So basically just keep that pattern going in your mind, and it's the same with a song. All verses and all choruses follow the same chord progression as each other. So if it's a song with 3 verses, all the verses more than likely have the same chords in exactly the same order, and the words fit in around it. And the same for the chorus. The chords will be in exactly the same place for the chorus in the one song. So once you've learnt what chorus wants, you can play the chorus anytime. It's just repeated. And that's sort of how you learn to memorise songs. You don't need to memorise the whole song, you just need to memorise 1 verse and 1 chorus. I know this sounds silly, but some people think that verses have different chords in, if it's a second verse or a third verse. Some may, but most don't. So once you've learnt 1 verse of a song, say we'll call it the 60s song, you learn that song's verse once, it applies to every time you sing the verse in that song. You'll learn the chorus once for that song. Every time you play the chorus, that's the chord structure you'll play. And that's the way to remember songs. Don't try to remember all of it, because you might be able to, but that's not the way we do it. Remember 1 verse, 1 chorus, and just repeat it in the song. Again, unless you change key, then that would change again. But for most songs, most country, rock and pop songs in the 1960s, they generally stayed in 1 key, and that's the way you can memorise it. Think of it like the 12-bar blues. I know there's always 4 bars of C, then 2 bars of F and 2 bars of C, 1 of G7, 1 of F and 2 of C. Think of it as, that's 12 bars. Think of it as 3 banks of 4. That's 12, and I just keep repeating that all the time. And that's the way to memorise songs. Think of it in a simpler way. Don't try and think of it as a whole song, think of it as a verse and a chorus. Granted, like I said, different songs will have them in different orders, but there's even limited chords. If you're playing in the key of C, if you've seen the previous video, most of the time you'll be playing a C, an A minor, an F or a G7, maybe a G. So it could be C, A minor, F, G or G7. More than likely they'll be the chords in that song. So it's not like you've got to memorise a ton of chords. Most songs even get away without the A minor. Some songs you can play C, F and G7. So it's not as hard as you think. Again, I'm not including jazz and some other forms of music. They use more complicated chords, and again they do take more time to memorise. So try and think of it that way. If you take, let's call it song A. If it's a pop, rock or country song, most of the time all the verses in it will follow the same chord structure and all of the choruses will. The solo or the middle eight, again somebody will solo either a verse or a chorus. If you listen to most songs, they'll play the verse and the chorus while the guitarist solos over the top. So when it comes to the solo, you just ask the person which way they're going to do it and use the chords for either the chorus or the verse. And that's the easy way to memorise a song. I hope you found this video useful. If you have, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to Blackpool Music School. Until next time, take care, keep practising, keep playing, and as always, goodbye.